I don't want to just believe. I want to know. It is not enough to just believe something because someone said it, or because it's comforting, or because it gives us something to hold on to, hope. Something in us begins to ache for more than belief. I want to know it for myself, not conceptually, not through someone else's word, not through an idea that I need to prove, but through having the direct experience. There's a natural urge in all of us to know the truth. It's there deep inside. Something in us seeks it. And maybe that is why these words found you. Maybe something in you is tired of holding on to someone else's truth, someone else's borrowed answers. Maybe something in you is exhausted from carrying beliefs that were never truly experienced or realized within you. But whatever the reason why you're seeing this, they say the truth knows how to find us. And there's so much to believe in out there, so many ideas, so many perspectives on the same thing. For example, many people see love differently, right? And then we choose what version we want to believe, what version fits us. So many things we hold on to so we can feel certain. And when I say the version that fits us, from that one thing with so many different perspectives attached to it, it might come from what we were conditioned to believe. So we hold on to it, right? Even the belief that there is no God is still a belief. And I think part of why we cling to believe is because we need something to ground us. We need something to hold on to. We need something to stand on to make us feel sure in this ever-changing world, especially when there is so much uncertainties around you. We need something to explain all of it. Explain the ache you feel inside, to give us hope. But belief alone can become dangerous when we mistake it for knowing. We endanger our position based on our perspective. Because when we only believe something without truly knowing it, the ego has to keep reinforcing it. It has to keep validating it. It has to keep proving it. And this is where judgment enters. When we do not know something deeply within ourselves, we become more prone to judging others because of their perspective. So it feels like a threat to what you believe in, right? Because we still have to try to hold that belief together because it's the foundation that you're standing on. So it's almost like you have to protect it. The ego needs reinforcement when it does not know. It needs agreement right? And it's ready to debate the ego. It needs to defend. It needs others to confirm. But knowing does not need all of that. When you know something, it doesn't need all of that proven. And you don't need to protect it because you know it. I can describe knowing as still, for me, I'm learning that knowing it doesn't mean that I have to react, take on this role to try to show you something. Knowing does not have to fight to be true. I do not want to become someone who relies on conceptual ideas. I realize that wisdom, knowledge, consuming a whole lot of concept is not enough. I don't want to just collect wisdom and knowledge. Wisdom is good, knowledge is good, but there is an understanding that can only come through having a direct experience. The test has to come before the testimony. It cannot come after. If it comes after, then there's no testimony, right? We have to have the direct experience for ourselves. Listening is not enough. You have to listen, but listening is not enough. You must know it. You must know it. Because if I hear something and I believe it to be true, is that enough? To learn something, I have to listen. To be learned, I must now have the direct experience. I now carry that direct experience, right? Is that too much? This may shake something in you a bit, but sometimes that is how we wake up from a deep sleep. Something has to shake us. Shake us just a little, not too rough, not to destroy us, but to loosen what we have been holding on to so tightly as truth when it's only belief. Belief is necessary. It's necessary. I don't want you to think that I'm saying we should not believe. Belief is a necessary gateway, but it's not the destination. If I can explain it like this, it can destroy belief. It can destroy, but it can also heal. It can open us up, but it can also blind us. And that depends on whether we stop at just belief or whether we allow belief to lead us into realization. Because knowing is what frees us. Many folks believe, but still carry the ache because there's no transformation, there's no shift. Because they have yet to have this direct experience with what they believed in. And my understanding is the absolute truth does not hold any form. It is pure, and it holds the whole inside of it. That's how I see it. You keep looking out into space and you keep looking and you're trying to look further, but it's infinite. That's the word right there. It's infinite. The truth, the absolute truth, is infinite. It doesn't hold any form. Form is limited. So the more the personal identity we carry dissolve, what I'm realizing is the more the truth is revealing itself. Because our personal identity is the one who believes first, right? But awakening is dissolving that as the truth. All the illusions are breaking. If I see something only through what I believe, can it be the absolute truth? They say two things can be true, but is it the absolute truth? I'm not talking about conditional truth. I'm not even talking about factual truth. Those present itself in the moment. I'm talking about something more deeper than that. I'm talking about the urge felt within all of us to know truth. So the more I unbecome, the more I let go of conditional beliefs. And then the more the ego dies, you know. So many things I believed in were keeping me blind and bound to the absolute truth. And the absolute truth is an experience. You have to experience it. It needs to be felt. It needs to be felt. My old self carried a lot of belief that kept me separated from this. But as the old is dying, your truest nature, your true self will cost you the old one, the old self. So that has to die, is what I'm saying. That has to die. And when that is dying, all those belief system, conceptual perspective, all of that is dying with it. And so as all of that is dying, the ego that was hiding in all of that starts to die as well. But it's an experience. And I realize now that what seeks the truth in us already knows itself. Is that too much? What seeks the truth in us, that urge, already knows itself. It's just for us to remember. And this is each and every one of our responsibility to know it. And that is an experience. The truth cannot remain only a concept when it's felt within. But because when truth is known directly, it confirms itself. It cannot remain, it is not a concept. But if something is true, it cannot just remain just a concept or a belief. It must be felt within. And it knows itself because it confirms itself. So I'm not saying not to believe. I'm saying we must move beyond belief into realization. We must have the experience. We must know it for ourselves. The destination is not just to believe, it's to know. And the absolute truth is the hope that will never make us ashamed.